Hey, if you love shallow relationships, this video is not for you. Click out of here. But if, on the other hand, you're looking for deeper connection in your life, or someone you love and care for is asking for you to be more open in your relationship, stick around. In this next 10 minutes, I can change everything about how you view weakness and make it become one of your own strengths. By the end of this video, I will show you 3 changes you can make now to change everything. These are the changes. First of all, reframe your concept of weakness from disadvantage to advantage. You reframe this idea that you are in deficit to you are in positive, because it is our weaknesses that truly show our humanity. And I know this can be hard to hold. I know it has been for me and still is. It's something that I work on constantly. But I learned a really powerful lesson when I was a member of this National Speakers Association, and I got an opportunity to speak in front of the Speakers Association that I was a part of in kind of a TED Talk frame. And I had about 10 minutes to give a talk. And I had prepared this based on the principles that I was framing around coaching. I was excited to give this talk. And during the process of doing it, and I was involved in a lot of therapy, a lot of things that I was going through in my own life, the memories of my childhood abuse and sexual assault came back to me. I was really severely abused and molested from the age of 4 to 8 by a teenage boy living in our home. And the memories of that, when they hit me, rocked my world. I was terrified to think of how this had touched every aspect of my life, and the way I thought and the way I acted. I could see how it had kind of created chaos in my whole life that I had been unaware of. Things that I had done that didn't make sense began to make sense because I saw what had happened. And this, though I did not do this, this was in my opinion, my biggest weakness, the fact that I had been molested. It was a terrifying thing to admit. It was a terrifying thing to hold. It made me feel extremely broken. And I did not know how I could act as a coach with this being a part of my life. And I decided to speak publicly about it. And so I did. Because conceptually, I had read stuff like this before, that weaknesses are the very thing that show our beauty and our humanity and our strength. And I wanted to believe it, though I had not experienced that for myself. And I decided to take a leap of faith. And I prepared a talk dealing specifically with my abuse and what had happened and what I had done to kind of get through that and recognize my fear and the things that I was facing and overcome it. When I finished that talk, I give public speaking gigs all the time. I don't get nervous. I like it. I can get excited, but I don't shake and I don't get really, really discombobulated. When I finished that talk, I was shaking so bad I thought my knees would buckle when I walked down the stage. I thought I had ruined my career. I thought no one is going to want to talk to me. And what amazed me was in expressing my brokenness, the deepest broken space in my life, in that forum, man, I got invited on podcasts. People came up to me. The impact that my weakness had had on them reframed for them their beliefs about who they were and their strengths. And in hearing that from those people, it reframed the concept within myself of what I had considered the thing that would ruin me was now the thing that was allowing me access to spaces I'd been wanting to go. It was allowing me to build upon my greatest strengths, which had been forged in the fire of that torment of my youth, right? And so when I was able to see that, it changed everything about my concept of what weakness is. It is an advantage to recognize it. So then I had to let go, number 2, of the shame and embarrassment that I had around that. It was significant. For me, I was a guy's guy. I didn't want to have this as my story. I truly, literally When I got my memories, I went back to my therapist and I said, hey man, I got these memories that came to me that I couldn't see before, and I can see them now. And I was waiting for him to tell me that I had made them up. They were false memories, that somehow I had created them. I wanted that to be true. I was less ashamed of having fake memories and dealing with that, the psychosis of me being messed up, than the reality of that happening. And it was a hard thing to do. It was a hard thing to be able to say as a man, yeah, this happened to me. You know, it really hurt me as a kid. I was scared. I was afraid. But there was a wall of shame that when I walked through and it dissipated, wow, it freed me. It freed me to understand this is not something that I need to worry about. And I can look with deep, deep understanding into this place of pain that I had been unable to even witness because of the fear and the torment that it had caused me as a child. And learn that that is the space that allowed me to build the talents that I had of interacting and reading people and understanding communication. It gives me the job that I have today. Without that experience, I'm not me right now. And that connection, wow, it was powerful for me to be able to understand that from my weaknesses came my greatest strengths. And in that moment, I began to really, really delve into what it was that had happened and what I had learned from it. So then I was able to move to the third step, where I was allowing help from others where I was weak. I was able to reach out and tell people, hey man, I'm struggling here. This is hard for me. This is what I'm facing. And as I received help from those around me in the support of what I was trying to go through, it bolstered me. I began to see that my weaknesses allowed others to shine. The support and the kindness and the, honestly, just love that people showed me in that space where I truly felt like I was broken beyond redemption became something that built me and helped me to see, wow, this weakness truly is a strength because it draws people to me that I want in my life. They're helping me in places that I cannot help myself. That's strong. That you can say, hey, I am not strong enough to pass this on my own. I need your help. Wow, that's strong. If you can see the process, those 3 steps that I walked through in doing this, I hope that you can see how it helped to deepen my relationships with all those that stood with me. My relationship with my parents that had struggled for years because I was not able to recognize what had happened to me, was repaired because I could see now, where all my pain had come from was not from them, it was from an outside source. And I could offer them the love and compassion that I wanted myself because they were giving it to me when they understood what had happened. It helped me to be able to ask for help in many places in my life where I had hidden because I was not able to admit, I don't have the strength to do this. And in fact, is probably one of the reasons why I was able to hire a production team to shoot videos for me, because I don't have the capacity to do this. I can talk and do stuff, but I can't edit, I can't shoot, I can't do all the things that are involved with that. All of these things started happening where I was able to rely on people to cover my deficits, and I could reside in my strength because I recognized first where I was weak, and I owned it. So, if this is you, if you have a place in your life that you're afraid to admit, you're afraid to expose because you think it might hurt you, I would say dig in. Follow these steps. Find out how this is making you stronger, because it is. It is. It is. You can make your weaknesses strengths just by a reframe and a simple step into openness and vulnerability. That is where your power resides. So if you're facing that, if you got a fear that you're worried about, you don't know how to overcome, I'd love to know about it. Leave some comments for me or tell me about how you overcame your great fears and learned how to find your strength within those weaknesses that you exposed. I'd love to hear those stories. And then stick around for my next video, how to overcome fear of dating after divorce. That's a weakness that we often look at. We say our divorce is a weakness, right? We failed. But I can tell you how to transform that and become something new. Watch the video, like, subscribe, stick with me. Thanks for being here.